Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be working on the extra large sewing journal today, and my goal for today is to make some pockets and tuck spot pieces. So I have a bunch of supplies out here. I'm going to show you kind of what I'm working with. My phone memory is running low and I need to deal with that. So I only have about 30 minutes to film today, but I will show you kind of what I'm working with. So I pulled out some pieces from some sewing projects I've been doing. I'll be using these to make ruffles, and I might make ruffles on some of the pockets or tuck spots. So that's what I have those for. Then I have these, which I'm thinking I might want to make a really big belly band, but I'm not sure because I don't know how well a large belly band is going to hold something, but maybe I can do a big belly band and sew across the middle of it so there's two belly bands and then it will hold normal sized things. So I have some of this. And then I have scraps, stickers, a library pocket, journal cards and tucks from the paper pad in a bunch of different sizes, and then like little scraps to use. I have the sewing pattern paper, which I do want to tuck a few pieces of these in as pages before I bind it. I just haven't done that yet. And then I have some pages from the quilting book that have these really cool patterns on them. Just wanted to make sure the glare wasn't covering that all up. So in the journal that I made previously, what I did was I put a ruffle or lace on all of the shorter pages, and I pretty much only put pockets or tucked stuff into the scrapbook papers because a lot of the other papers felt pretty thin to put a big pocket on. But I think I want to do this one slightly differently because I learned some things making that. So I think what I want to do is I think I want to put pockets on the full-size pieces of scrapbook paper on the plainer side, and then I think I want to put lace and or ruffles or some sort of edging on the shorter side. So that's just what I'm doing today, is trying to decide what my pockets are going to look like. And if I am going to sew the pockets, like for this one, I don't want to put the belly band here and then sew here and then have it not look good on this side. So I have to keep that in mind. So I think for this one, I might just put the library pocket because then I won't have to sew and interfere with anything over here. So I am going to go through and just kind of add things, add pieces, put pieces where I want them, and kind of talk you through my thoughts. And hopefully we don't run out of time and this doesn't just quit recording in the middle of my filming. I'm trying to decide if I want to put a little piece of something here like that, and then put the library pocket on top of it. And I think I do want to do that. Now for this, I'm just going to do it. Alright, I'm going to move the second signature out of the way for now. And while I'm working on this page, I'm going to set this one aside as well, the whole rest of that signature. That way I'll have actual space to work. It's a very large journal. So it's not the easiest thing to work with. For this, I will just glue it down with a glue stick. I know that the person I'm making this for is going to use it for collage journaling kind of style of journaling. She does a lot of collage, so I don't want to Mod Podge this down or anything because I want her to be able to then add on top of it. So if she wants to then seal it when she's done, this glue stick will hold that down, and then she can add to it if she wants. Because if I try to like put it down in any other kind of way, it might interfere with anything she wants to do later. I don't mind a few wrinkles when I'm putting this down. I'm trying not to have any like big wrinkles, but a couple of little creases actually adds to it in my mind. So I don't really overthink it when I use pattern paper. Alright, and then I do want to add wet glue to this because I don't really trust these Library Pocket stickies. They work just fine on like a thin paper, but on a scrapbook paper they don't always do the best thing. So I'm just going to add enough glue to keep that pocket glued down. And then I'm going to put that right there in the middle of the pattern. Okay, and then I have this cute sticker. This is like my favorite way to decorate these pockets, is to just put a sticker on them. And it sounds really lame, but I really like the way it looks. So usually I just grab these kind of cute book stickers that I got a million of. Whoops, sorry. I got some glue on this earlier, so now it's being squeaky. Alright, so that's that page. On this page, I'm going to add a ruffle, or maybe like, so this is what I used for the spine of the book, so I might add a ruffle in with that. I have some other fabric that I have here, but I'm going to wait to pick those, and I also have some laces closer over by my sewing machine, so I'm going to wait to like pick those until after I get all these pages decorated. Okay, so I'm going to do a ruffle on that one. And then here, I could do something. I'm going to wait and decide after. I think I'm going to put the belly band on this one because this is a very collage page. So if I do sew across, which I'm not sure, I might use double-sided tape to close the middle, but we'll see. So I think I'm going to do the belly band here. That one has a crease in it, so I'm going to grab this one. Alright, I'll just grab, you know what, I'm going to pause because I don't have my scissors. Okay, I'm back with my scissors. I left them on the sewing machine because that's what I was doing last. I'm working on some sewing projects. I've been making I'm making a lot of tote bags lately. I've gotten really into making tote bags. They're really fun to make, and I found an easy pattern that I like. So that's what I've been doing in my not free time, because I don't have free time. I want it to go like that. Alright, I'm going to put that there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some scraps here. I'm going to give them a little bit of glue, but not much, like just enough to tack them down. And that's upside down. And then I'm going to sew the whole thing because it's a sewing pattern journal. So I think that if any journal is going to have like a lot of sewing detail on it, that this should be the one. So I will probably be adding like too much sewing. Not that it's too much, but like I'm probably going to go a little bit overboard. And I was gonna, I don't know, I was trying to make that a ruffle, but I didn't like the way that was coming out. I do want to add this here, but then I wanted to like crinkle it a little bit on purpose, like that. That's what I was trying to do. I love working with sewing pattern tissue paper. There's just so many things you can do with it, and it's like really forgiving if you mess up or change your mind. So again, I'm not worried about exactly how this is like being held down, because I will be adding some like random sewing onto this whole thing later. So it doesn't have to be secure, it just has to be attached, like it has to just not move until I can get it over to the machine. If you're trying to do something like this and you are not using a sewing machine, you're definitely gonna have to glue differently than I am. So don't think you can get away with no glue like I am. Alright, so on the other journal I made, I did use this piece to make this whole like piece to make a pocket at some point, and I think I want to do that, but I don't think I'm not sure I want to do it on this one, but maybe I do because I like the way that looks. If I do that, I think I will keep that piece for later. I like using every single piece of these sewing patterns. I think that they're really pretty, and a lot of them have some pretty great like patina and aging, and I just think it's really fun to kind of use all those pieces and try to see what you can get out of it. Okay, I think that for the belly band, I want it to be kind of simple, so I think I'm gonna leave it at that. And then I'll be sewing like around the whole edge of the piece, and then I'll be sewing it to the page or attaching it to the page with double-sided sticky tape. I have not decided yet. So I'm just going to take some paper clips and clip that down until I get to my sewing machine. I thought that I hadn't put in big pages like this yet, but I guess I have, so that's not something I still need to do, I guess. Alright, and then there's that. So that is that signature, because I'll put lace here. Wait, let me check. I'll put lace there, and I'll put... Okay, I do have one more. Yeah, this one. So I think this one... I'll put that down. I think this one, because it's so plain here, I think this one needs something like a little bit more intense. The back side of it is this, so it won't look bad if I do like a big pocket or something. So I'm gonna look through these pieces and find a nice big pocket like this one. See, that's gonna look okay there, but it's pretty plain. So, but they all like have just the stripes on the back. So I will need to add something. Maybe I can use one of these. I could do like a layered pocket even. I like that. And then I could pull these out. I know one of them, that's the one. One of them had really pretty patterns on the back. And I think if I want the darker one, if I cut that, well, I'll leave that, and then we'll see what happens if I put that there and then I put this here. I like the way that looks, but I do want to tear this edge at least to where it's going to be showing. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to glue this down. I mostly use my glue stick for almost everything that doesn't need a wet glue, like fabric and stuff. And I like my glue. I love my glue sticks. I think it's just the easiest, and if you get a good glue stick, it stays, so I have no problem with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to sew this here, and then just like that, and then I'll sew this to the page. But I think it still needs one more thing, and I think I'm gonna use this. Don't watch. I'm gonna use this green ink pad to just ink this. I wouldn't normally do this. It's kind of a little abusive to the ink pad to ink directly like this. But I don't have my sponge accessible right now. I have them. They're just in a bag in a different room. So we can pretend I didn't do that, and that's fine. Dry that a little bit so it doesn't get on my fingers. Okay, that does look better. I do like that. And then I think I will, when I sew this whole thing, I think I will add, I have to decide if I want to do a little ruffle. So I would ruffle that right there along the edge. And I don't know what color I want. I'll do that one. Okay, so that I don't forget, I'm going to take all of these, clip these together. If I'm not working directly at my sewing machine while I'm making these decisions, this is how I do it. I do this like with the paper clips, and then I just clip it in. And then when I go back to my sewing machine, I just go through page by page and do all the sewing at once. All right. So that's that signature. And this is this signature. For this one, I don't mind sewing along the edge, but I think what I might want to do is make a full tall pocket. I have these. This I could use, but I don't think it's thick enough. All right, let's see what we have to work with. That's green. Okay, so I want the pocket to be nice and thick because it is going to be on this page. All right, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. And then I want to do this. So I want a nice sturdy pocket, but I don't want it to be quite as wide as if I were to fold just that whole piece in half. So I just trimmed it down a little bit. And then this will be my pocket. And then I can add some like other pieces to it to decorate it, like this. And just make something that has a little variety. So then, because this is super green, like this is all very green. So what I really need is green, and I have some green lace. Okay, I grabbed a piece of green lace and I can put that right there. So I'm just gonna, that edge is a little rough, so I'm gonna trim that edge and then trim this edge. I can use that later for something. So then I would probably put this here, this there, and this one there. And I like that. So I'm just going to, because I will be sewing all of these pieces down later, but I want to make sure the lace gets held down. I'm also realizing that I'm running pretty low on time, so I have to be careful about that. All right, if I put wet glue on this, it should hold the lace in place pretty well until, theoretically, until I get to the sewing machine with it. All right, and then that one. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then another thing that she asked for in her journals was whale tail tabs, and I have not forgotten. And I want to go through here and find some that I think will go like that with this journal really well. And so I have a ton of whale tail tabs, and a lot of them are available in my shop. If you are interested in acquiring some, I just will sit down with my scraps and I will go through and punch out tabs from anything that like is a small scrap, and then I tell myself if it's too small to make a tab out of, then it has to go. And that's kind of how I decide what scraps are too small. So I actually really like this here. And if I put it on the pocket, then I can glue it to the pocket. pocket's actually a little bit too tall. Okay. All right, if I put it on the pocket, I could put it on the pocket like this, and then it won't be on the other side. So I think I'm gonna do that for this one. Okay, so I'll just fold that directly onto this pocket, and then when I sew this pocket down, the tab will be on the page. So I'll be sewing along the, well, I'll be sewing onto the pocket before I attach it, and then I'll be sewing along the edge to attach the pocket to this page, and then this will be the pocket part. So that is that. I'm not sure that, well, I was gonna say I think that this is the last video, but I don't think that's true, because I think I have to do a video binding it together, don't I? So I think it'll be this one, and then a video of me binding, and then I think that will be the flip through after that. So we'll see, because if I can't get my camera memory, I might just not bind it on camera. Plus, working with a journal this big, it's kind of stressful to try to do some of these more in-depth pieces on film. Alright, so this has a crease in it. And I think what I want to do is put that in the middle and trim it and make another belly band. I'm not quite sure. I could do another side pocket. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to do the same thing too many times, like have the same stuff, but I do like symmetry between my signatures. So, you know what? I am going to tear the last bit off of this and have that as the edge of my belly band. I kind of like that as just a, like, I like the way that looks on the page without adding anything to it. I'm a little bit tempted to just attach that like that and then let her do more with it if that's what she wants. So I think I will do that. And then I'll sew here, here, and here to make it into a belly band. And that's where I'll leave that one. And then I believe there's one more page, and for that one I do want to create like another big corner pocket with some of these other journal card pieces. The ones that like, I know there's at least one more that the back was not pretty, I think. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I was wrong. Okay, well, I can use one of these anyway. That's fine. That one's kind of boring. So I can create a pocket with this. Trying not to keep too many scraps. Alright, and then what I need is like a piece of cardstock of some kind. I know I have a bunch. Just something thick that will look pretty. I've been trying to organize and clean, so I don't have too much kicking around. because I've been doing a pretty good job staying tidy. Oh, actually, instead of that, I was going to just decorate this envelope and glue it to the page like a page like a pocket. So maybe I'll just do that. Instead. Alright, that one, and then probably just a piece of sewing pattern. I really do love working with sewing patterns. I know I keep saying that, but like, it really is awesome. Okay, I see that I only have 3 minutes left before my camera stops recording. So I'm going to try to get through this last pocket. I think it's, oh, I have one more pocket. Nope, that's the last pocket. And then I will clean my phone memory before I record again. So I will be able to like make more. I just have to do that, and I haven't sat down and done that. And I was going to, now I'm rushing and forgetting what I'm doing. I was going to put that on top of that. And now I put it on backwards. Or upside down. I don't know. Alright. Okay, so I had to pause because I really was going to run out of time if I kept fighting with that on camera. So I finished this pocket and attached it to the page. It's an envelope. I folded it over. I added some little bits. Then I just put 2 tabs on these 2 pieces that she can use for journaling or collaging or take out and use for anything completely different, but I made these 2. I'll probably put some more journal cards and make more journal cards in other pockets, but for now I have to go sew everything, and so that's where we're at with these. I will have to clean my memory before I can make another video, and I have to do all the sewing, so when I come back for the next video, I'll show all the pages finished, and then we'll bind them into the cover. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I appreciate you watching and following along in this, and we are so close to being done, so come back and see it when it's all done. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.